Hi everybody, this is me again. In this occasion, we're gonna continue with the project that we were doing of the clothing shop side, but also, as I said before, like a we have a notepad here that says the to dos that we're gonna do. Um, Let me see. It's not this one. Let's look for the recent open apps. And here says to do. Okay, look. We have this resources saver and the word searcher and favorite saver. Um, I'm going to be honest with you. Let's just continue with this stack first, just to not struggle too much with our mind. Let's do the first setting up for this. What are the first setup? Let's just put it on here. Setup. The first setup is simple. Create a repository. Initialize the repository. Um, to oh sorry, this is for the clothing store. By the way, the clothing store is going to be also with this stack. Okay, the same stack is going to be used for Jonas Chronicles and the clothing store. Clothing store will have this stack. And it has a lot of sense in certain way because imagine Jonas was inside of a belly of a big fish, and we create a project of different stacks. No, that doesn't have sense. It should be from the same stack. Okay, let's initialize the repository to let's to after we initialize, let's just to push the first changes. And 4 is going to be to create the structure to the next project. Which one is the next? Jonas Chronicles. As simple as that. Now let's do it. We're gonna go to Git, open Git Bash. We're gonna put it bigger. Gonna go cdc slash labsam hcd docs. We're gonna say cd hcd docs journal. Sorry, clothing store or shop site. Sorry, and let's git remote v. Git remote v, and this is attached to BitBucket. Let's try to. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to leave that, especially that clothing is shop site on BitBucket and Jonas Chronicles on GitHub. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to BitBucket. Let's go to BitBucket, and here we're going to try to get into the clothing store workspace. Thanks Jesus Christ of Nazareth, apparently we are logged in. So what we have to do is just to get into this to the repository just to make sure that it's actually the repository that we want. And here you have that it has even a to do here that we can even remove later and change it for something different. And you see here scientific software at gmail.com. I'm gonna just take a paper here that is blank, this paper, and I'm gonna take this paper and I'm going to write here down the name of the email. It's going to be like this. Okay. Sadly, we lost one project before, right? But we're gonna have like a backup of this project on, it can be, for example, on Drive or something like that, or or when I say OneDrive, also can be in Google Drive. Both are different, and also can be even in Dropbox. There are a lot of places to save backups and online or cloud store or Mega Upload, because Mega Upload, I think that if I am not wrong, that it is still available. So let's just go to OneDrive here. And no, let's just go to Google Drive, okay? Because I think that my Google Drive has more space than the OneDrive. And the Google Drive here, I'm just going to create, just see as business. I'm going to open that folder, and you can see here that I have almost 3 gigabytes available. Okay, what I'm going to do is super simple. In CS Business, I'm going to create. By the way, here you can see many names of my customers. In the name of Jesus Christ, those names I hope that are kind of private. I'm just going to put new folder, and I'm gonna say, oh look, here is a CS backups. I'm gonna open here, and I'm going to say that I would like a folder that is going to be, for example, um, criteria and urgent backups, but urgent shops, no, websites backups. And when I say criteria, I am saying that I would like to save also certain part of the login of each website here. How I'm going to do that? Well, for example, I'm going to create a project here that is going to be, for example, um, just email and their location, and that's it. Because I don't need the password itself. If I am the person itself that is the owner of the repository, they are supposed to give me access by one of the alternative emails that I have. So let's put it here: access, directions, and locations. And then what I'm gonna put is just, for example, in this case, scientificosoftware.com. Sorry, uh, just like this, at gmail.com. And let's put it that the place is BitBucket.com slash, and here we put the name of the, we put the spaces, or we can put like a enter, and we can say the name of the project, clothing store. That is clothing shop site, sorry. That is just like for not to leave it just lost. And now we have like kind of the access to the project. Now let's create the repository that we need on GitHub for Jonas Chronicles. I'm gonna first go to GitHub, and you will say, "Oh, but it's interesting that it's available." Yes, it's kind of cool. You will see that I have 2 years without working with the Jonas Chronicles project that I was working on Node.js. When I used to have a very big monitor and nice headphones and a lot of things, but sadly I lost those things. So let's go to Jonas Chronicles here, and you will see that this project has 2 years. You will see, okay? It says 2 years. Look, let me try to 2 years ago. You see, 2 years ago. What it means is that this project was made in what? You see that is PHP. And yes, apparently it's PHP because when a project says PHP at the beginning, well, it's PHP. Let me check something. Mhm. Apparently, let's check the commits because there is a possibility that I started the project on. Oh no no no. Let's see. Mhm. Is that I have 2 years without working the project? I can't believe that. No. Oh, now that I remember, I started the project in. I have started the project twice. I started once with Node.js. Another time, 2 years ago, here in this location, after I lost everything, again with PHP, and I was making tutorials on the nature. I don't know if you remember that I was on the park. Sometimes I was, and I was making tutorials right there. And if you want, now that I see, we can continue just in this version. The sad part is that this version, I'm going to be honest with you, is very, very advanced. And I wanted to make a simpler version. A simpler but more secure version. That's why I left that out. You would say, but Trina, it doesn't have sense. Yes. The truth is that for me, it has sense. You know why? How can I say it? It's like, for example, it's like, let's say that you have a Jeep, a Jeep or a car, but you don't go out from the city. You just you just sometimes you go out to do something outside. So being honest, I will tell you the truth. Maybe if you are not in a job that you are winning maybe 60,000 pesos, in my case, I will not buy or I will not stay with the car. Maybe I will buy just a bike, a motorbike, and you will feel kind of sad because, and this is just an advice. You will feel kind of sad because you will say, "Oh, I had a car and now I have a motorcycle." That's nonsense. Well, it depends of one car, what kind of motorcycle you have. If you got a Harley Davidson, you will not feel like that. If you got a Ninja, you will not feel like that. In that case, for example, that's my case. I was working once just for you and me as a friend. I was working once on a call center, and in there I used to win like 45,000 pesos. That's a lot of money, more or less. Like that's like 10 times the normal salary of a person here on my country. And I was winning so much money that I saw someone that was with a ninja. I will show it to you. A ninja was for a red ninja motorcycle. Red ninja motorcycle. Just like this. He had a red ninja motorcycle, and it was not Kawasaki. It was another brand, if I am not wrong. But was very similar to that. And I even asked him. He was selling it, and I asked him, "Hey, how much do you would you want for me to buy the bike?" And he told me, "Oh, just 100 and something, for example, and something thousand." And being honest, that's not much money for that kind of bike. That's not a lot of money, at least in my opinion. If you buy it new, it can cost you like 3 times more, 2 times more at least. Okay, so I got like the heart to try to buy it, but no much time after I had to move, and also I had to leave the job because the job was just like a temporal job of 4 or 3 months or something like that. And the project was also a temporary project. I had the option to move to another project, but I didn't have like the the feeling of movement, and also the other projects were not as comfort. I mean, didn't have the commodities that this one had. So I had to left the job, and I got another job where I won almost the same, but I was not in the necessity of a bike because the transportation was super easy. So I was not thinking on that. So you see, when you don't have the necessity of something, it's simple. You don't need it. And that's why in this project, I would like it to be simple but complex just in security. We're going to try to take from here, from this project, Chronicles of Jonash. We're going to try to take from here the things that are good, and we're going to left the things that are from the past. And we can even copy this project. Yes, let's do it. We're going to copy this project. And let's go here, cd and git clone, and we're gonna paste on here. And as I have GitHub already logged in, it will not ask me for the credentials. Okay, let's say that I have my cat well trained. Okay, by the way, I was sleeping very deep some seconds ago, some minutes ago. Sorry. Was nice. Um, when you see a cat sleeping, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, see the Crónicas of Jonas, and this is in Spanish, but I will tell you the truth. It doesn't matter much because the project is actually based on on English. So we got the task that we wanted. Let's put on here that the email that is linked to this one is I know it by memory is soy Reynolds at, and let's put here GitHub, and let's put that this is chronicles, just like chronic. I will put it in like in a mix of Spanish and English of Jonas, because I will tell you the truth. Chronicles is not written like that. It's written like this, but doesn't have much. Let's just fix it, okay? But in here, the name is in Spanish. We can change that and all those things, but at the moment, that is kind of like if the last thing that we need, because if you are a developer, you have to learn to adapt your mind to bad names. If you got, for example, a new code from someone, and let's say that that new code has a lot of bad names, you will feel bad. And I'm saying it because of experience. And sometimes it's not the guilty of the programmer, but it's that they work it too fast. You have to learn to go one step after the other, and instead of trying to go and get everything done at once. That is not the right way, okay? You have to try to be strong, but at the same time, go step by step in a rhythm that is healthy to you and healthy to the developer that is going to develop with you after you, because you're not going to be the only one that is going to develop in there, okay? So that goes to clothing store, shop side, and also you would say, but oh, but Reina, you don't know if you are the only one that will work in there. That is being pessimist, which is the opposite of optimist. You have to understand, even when you don't see something, it doesn't mean that it is not happening. In GitHub, for example, I got a lot of stars, but I will tell you the truth. I don't know from where they come sometimes. I see that I have like a lot of things and trophies, and I say from where that is coming. But that is not like on my exactly on my priorities to know from where that comes. But I actually have an idea from where it comes. Exactly from people that maybe are following you closer than what you think. And you have to try to make the things not complicated to them, sorry, but as easy as possible. And if you do it, you will help them and you will help yourself as well. Because when you see your code again, you will not say, wow, what an incredible weird code. Yes, you would say something like, wow, I could have improved the code, but you would not say like, oh, I don't like this code. No, 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 no. Because if you have experience with the time, your code will always be kind of like friendly to you. You will say like, oh, I understand this code. Oh, look, this code has this, and this. Okay, this can be improved now in this, and this, and this, and this. But you will not say like, I don't like it. No, you will, if you are experienced and you learn to go step by step as I am teaching to you, you will not refuse your code. Uh, just to give you a little brief detail that is going to surprise you, even Jesus said that when you marry someone that you don't like, you're committing a sin. Yes. And why it is happening? It is because of something similar to the code. It is because if you don't like that person, it means that maybe you have never even tried to work together with her or to understand her or to, I mean, a lot of things. But if you like her and you love her, you have a lot of reasons that when you see her again and again and again and again and again, you always find reasons or motivation to what? To be with her. You will say like, okay, but the thing is that I don't have option. I mean, I love her. There is no doubt. Same happened with the code. Do you see this code here? This is object oriented. I have never taught you on internet how to write object oriented native code in JavaScript. But I have written that, being honest, very often alone because I like JavaScript or object oriented. I usually, when I'm in secret on a job, let's say that I finish a huge task, for me to relax my skills, what I used to do is objects like this. I do objects that are kind of interesting, and sometimes I used to do that on React, yes, and also on many things that uh, Node.js brings, and it was kind of interesting, and that is going to give you like colors to your life. It is not only to always accomplish one thing and that's it. No, you can't just try to push yourself further, just being creative with the code. Okay, that's why I like even an extension to put the commentaries with color. Okay, just ignore that part. Just see this commentary. I'm just going to erase this one that is here because this is not necessary. And in here, now the information is being shown alone and it's having the style that I wanted. And this is coming from where? From the object. This is, being honest, that is something that is not common, you know? Yes, that is not common. Now, let's just go. You see this aside? We will do the same thing with the container aside. Let's just copy this and put this in a commentary like this. If you see that my voice changes, like if this is something like mystery or something like that, it's because the truth is that in the inside, this is kind of something that is not very common. So you have to pay attention. And when I say it as a mystery, it will be easier for you to understand that is something that is not common. Header content. And let's put on here, you see, let's put this is container aside. This is container aside. And by the moment, I will just paste this in a commentary. like this because this is supported on JavaScript. And I would put here to create the container aside object in here, and that's it. We can for example put this like this. Why touch it? Because actually at the end, remember that this is going to be generated, okay, by JavaScript. We're going to add it automatically in JavaScript. It's going to be kind of cool, but it's going to work, okay? Okay, this is the to-do, and we're gonna try to accomplish that today. We can put, for example, let's go for the extension. Um, it is better comments, I think, just to see the colors. Okay, to do. Okay, I wanted the blue color. Let's put on here to when mean um date of expiration, let's say, and we put that this is going to expire tomorrow, uh, which is 8 of 7 from 2025 at 10 a.m. 10 in the morning, and that's it. And just as cool as that. Now, the next time, which is actually, I want to try to make this video maybe this afternoon after I make my exercises, but we have like a date of expiration. It doesn't mean, I mean, it means that we are not attached to make it exactly when I come from the exercise. No, I could do other things like my university tasks or studying idioms, Chinese, Portuguese, or French, Portuguese, Chinese. I don't care because I know from where I come. And what I'm trying to say is simple. Make a to-do always like this and try to put an expiration date. And also try to divide the job in parts. We're not gonna go further than this because I have already explained it a lot of things. I have taught you that you can have this here, okay? And I have made a git clone. Also, you see that git clone that I did? I am going to go to, let's go git status here, git add, git commit, and let's put here to do update, and let's put only comment added. We'll put git push origin master. Let's go cd, oh, sorry, cd, and let's go cd, what was the other one? Chronicas. It is in Spanish, okay? Yes, there it is. Now what I'm going to do is just to try to go Explorer, and I'm going to take a sip of the everything that is here, send to compressed folder, and I'm going to put here Jonas Chronicles Chronicles PHP and MySQL first version and stable version. Let's put this. I put it stable because the other one sadly was not stable because I could not recover it. I could not update it. I don't have access to it. But this one does have it. I mean, and it's going to have the same functionality at the end. So this is more stable than the other. Let's put here this and let's go. You see this one? Let's close this and upload the file. Let's go to documents and CS business, I think. Oh no, sorry. We have to go to the Google Drive here, and we are supposed to put this into here. And that's it. Now it is there. I'm going to do something else here, and it is, you see this readme? I'm going to open the readme MD, sorry, code readme and MD. And let's just put backup on Google, and let's put the link, which is going to be only a readable link. Let's share, and let's make sure that it's a readable link. So let's go to the details here, and on the details, let's go to the management of the access. And after that, you see that here it says restricted, right? I'm going to say that I would like to copy uh, a link, and being honest, I will leave it just restricted. Um, and what it means that if I am not me, I'm not gonna be able to see the project. It's kind of too restricted, but being honest is a right way of doing it. Okay. Yes, I know Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Thank you, Rooster. Well, that was everything. Let's just close this here and this readme, because this is these two periods are missed. And let's just cd and go to clothing shop side code, and to see if the period is not mixed, because I don't like that. I don't want that. And let's okay, here let's see if the Git repository that is attached to this is the one that is on BitBucket, not on GitHub. Okay, let's see. Okay, we can see here the changes. Let's see the graph. Yes, this is the one on BitBucket, and that is okay. So let's go to the other project, which is Crónicas of Jonas, but in Spanish, and let's put git status. And as I made a git clone automatically, it links the project. And I will tell you a secret. You see this zip? I'm not gonna upload it. I'm just gonna erase it. Yes, in the name of Jesus Christ, let's erase it. Jesus Christ of Nazareth knows why. And let's just git status again. Git add, git commit, place of repository. Update to track. No, update of tracking. And that's it. When I say tracking, is to know where the repository is. Git push origin master. And that's it. That we have made a backup, we have made a security location and user um, followment and also backup, and we have also made the respective updates to those things in GitHub for us to have like a special link of those things in the to do that goes next for the next time that I am going to take the clothing store, and also the Chronicles of Jonas. See you in the next time, and I hope that you don't get mad or sad because I'm going to be honest with you. The last project I won't continue exactly as I had it, but as I was working a lot of time ago, but we're not going to continue exactly in there. We're just going to try to take, we're just going to try to divide the project. It's going to, how can I say it? It's like the parable of Jesus. We're going to take the wheat, which is the things that are good of the project, and we're going to try to make it with the structure that we had in the other project that we were doing. Do you remember the other project? Yes, exactly the other project, but with the version that we had even more advanced. The version of 2 years, believe it or no, is more advanced than the one that I was doing. The thing is that the one that I was doing is kind of more careful, and the tutorial is more detailed oriented, and also you could see everything that I was doing kind of like step by step and all those things. But because in the other I was on the nature, and sometimes you could not listen to me well, or maybe I was lost, or maybe it took too much time for me to say one thing and a lot of, but in this case, it's not going to be like that. We're just gonna take the good from one side and gonna leave the bad fish to the sea again. See you in the next tutorial. Remember that Jesus Christ loves you much more than what you think. And what I think, I don't like to say that. Gosh. Well, what I say is that I don't like to say what I think. Like if Jesus has to think to love us. No, he doesn't. And by the way, I'm not Mojo Jojo. If you wanted to say that, you can go ahead, but I don't like it. Bye bye.